Hello, everyone, and welcome to the podcast where logic meets numbers and numbers make sense. Today, we have an absolutely thrilling episode lined up for all the aspirants preparing for IBSAT. And to guide us through this journey, we have with us a mentor, a scholar, and an absolute genius in the world of aptitude, Mr. Shubranshoo Srivastava. Thank you so much, sir, for coming here at the podcast.
Thank you, Dhari, for inviting me again to this podcast series.
Let's get started right away with our first question. So my first question is related to quantitative aptitude. So how to tackle these questions?
See, let's first start the question. Asha, being a model, takes a controlled diet of 300 gram of a mixture of two foods A and B. Food A contains 12% protein and food B contains 18% protein. If a diet provides exactly 42 gram of protein daily, how many gram of food A are present in the mixture? So see, this question belongs to mixture. Although we have multiple way of solving this question, we can either solve this question by following the method which is prescribed under the topic mixture, or we can also solve this question through ratio and proportion, or we can also solve this question through allegation. But see, since the students are sitting in the examination, so main thing there is how to solve the question in a very less time. So for that, I would say that we are going to solve this particular question through allegation method. So here see, total food is 300 gram, and this 300 gram food should be a mixture of food A and food B. However, the protein content in food A is 12% and protein content in food B is 18%. And what final protein Asha wants, that is 42 gram. Okay, and this 42 gram protein is out of 300 gram of food. So first of all, let's calculate what percentage of protein per day Asha need. So for that, what we have to do? We have to calculate the percentage of this 42 gram protein out of 300. So it will be 14%. It means that the required protein intake out of 300 gram for Asha is 14%. Now see how to apply this allegation method. Again, it's very easy, very economic if we are going to see from time perspective. So see here, food A, food B, the protein which is present in food A is 12%, the protein which is present in food B is 18%. However, the resulting protein which Asha wants, that is 14%. Okay, now subtract 14 minus 18, 4, and here 14 minus 12 is 2. So A and B should be mixed in ratio 4:2, or we can say that 2:1. So this 2:1 is comprising 300 gram. So we can say that 2 plus 1 is equal to 300 gram. So 1 is equal to 300 upon 100. Sorry, 300 upon 3. That is equal to 100. It means that if 1 represents 100, so 2 will be represented by 2 into 100. That is equal to 200 gram of food A and 100 gram of food B. So our answer is 200 gram. I think that this is clear.
Yes.
So see, we have again multiple methods, but the main thing is there in the examination hall, we have time constraint. So now it's only through practice you can judge that which method is going to be helpful for us. In this particular method or in this particular question, as I have said, allegation is the shortest method through which we can reach out to the solution or the answer.
We'll move to the next question. Our next question is related to geometry, which is right triangle problem. So how to tackle with these questions?
See, are 5x and 3x minus 1. If the area of the triangle is 60 square units, then what is the measure of hypotenuse of the given triangle? Here we have to keep in our mind two identities which we are going to use in this particular question in order to reach to the result. So here see, right angle triangle is something like this, and out of this, one side is given 5x and other side is given 3x minus 1. And the area of this right angle triangle is also given. And in case of right angle triangle, we know that area of right angle triangle is half base into height. Okay. Okay, and this area is given to be 60 units. Now here we are going to put the value of base as well as altitude. So here we are going to write half into base, that is 3x minus 1 into height. Height is what? 5x. And this is equal to 60. So it will be 15x square minus 5x is equal to 120. This 2 will go this side. Now again 15x square minus 5x minus 120. Now divide every term by 5 or take 5 common. So here we have 3x square minus x minus 24 is equal to 0. The 5 which I have taken common, I send this side, it becomes 0. So now we have to solve this quadratic equation in order to get the value of x. So it is 3x square minus x minus 24 is equal to 0. How to solve quadratic equation? For that we have to take the factor of 24 and 3. So what are the factor of 24? It is 2 into 2 into 2 into 3, and again for 3 it will be only 3. Now we have to see how to combine all these factors in order to get minus 1. So we can form a pair of 2 into 2 into 8 and here 3 into 3, 9. It's a simple method of finding the root of quadratic equation. So we can write here 3x square minus 9x plus 8x minus 24 is equal to 0. Take 3x common. So what will be remaining here? X minus 3. Take here 8 common. Again here x minus 3. Now take x minus 3 common. And here we are going to get 3x plus 8. From here, can we calculate the value of x? So the value of x will be 3 and minus 8 by 3. Leave the negative value. So we are going to take the value of x to be 3. So from here, we have calculated the value of x. So what will be the sides or the value of the sides of right angle triangle? It will be 15. And here it will be 339 minus 1, that is equal to 8. It means that we have a right angle triangle whose sides are 15 and 8. Now we have to find the hypotenuse. So we know the formula of hypotenuse is equal to under root sum of square of both the sides. So 15 square plus 8 square, this is equal to 225 plus 64 under root. It is 289. So answer is 17. So we can say that the hypotenuse of arched triangle is 17 units.
So now we move to the next question, which is related to time and speed. So how to start with this question?
See, time and speed, again, if we are going to see the topic time and speed, here we are going to incorporate, or here we are going to see various topics under this heading. But there are many ways in which these questions can be solved with these. So here, what question is saying, a train covered a certain distance at uniform speed. If the speed had been 6 km an hour more, the journey would have taken 4 hours less. It's absolutely correct. If we are going to increase the speed, and definitely time will be required less. The second condition which is given in the question, that if the speed had been 6 km an hour less, then the journey would have taken 6 hours more. What is the distance traveled by the train? So again, let us first understand what this question is saying. This question consists of two statements. First is saying that if train is moving at a speed of 6 km faster, then the same distance is traveled in 4 hours less time. And if the condition reverses, that the speed is decreased by 6 km, then time taken to cover same distance is 6 hours more. So how to solve the question? This question can be easily solved by taking the help of identity, which is distance is equal to product of speed upon difference of speed into time difference. Okay, but this identity we can apply only where the distance traveled with respect to both these speeds are same. Fine. Now these things are clear. Let us say that its usual speed is x. Now in first case, what question is saying that if speed had been 6 km an hour more, it means that here first speed will be x. So distance traveled is equal to the usual speed, and then by speed which is 6 km faster and difference of speed 6, and in this entire process train is taking 4 hours less. So here we are going to put the time difference 4. Similarly, let's proceed with the second statement of the question. Here the condition is reversed. Again the distance will be same. That here the usual speed is x and another speed is decreased by 6 km. So here it will be x minus 6 upon difference of speed 6, and then the total time or the difference of the time in both the way is given 6 hour more. So write 6. Now again see distance and both the places are same. So we can equate this equation with this. So x into x plus 6 upon 6 into 4 is equal to x into x minus 6 upon 6 into 6. Cancel this 6 with 6. Here solve it by 2. 2 2s are 4. 2 3s are 6. So here it will be multiply 2x square plus 12x, and here it will be 3x square minus 18x. Now take 18 this side and bring 2x square this side. So it will be 3x square minus 2x square, that is equal to x square, and this side it will be 30x. Cancel this x with the square. So the value of x is equal to 30, or we can say that the usual speed of train is 30. Now what has been asked in the question, what is the distance traveled by the train? So again, since now we have the value of x, either put this value in this equation and get the distance, or put the value of x in this equation and get the distance. Fine. So I am going to put this, the value of x is equal to 30 in this expression. So distance traveled by train will be, usually just we have calculated 30, then 30 minus 6, that is 24 upon 6 into 6. This will cancel out and distance will become 720 kilometers. So distance traveled by train is 720 kilometers. So this is the way in which we can approach the question belonging to the topic time and speed.
So now we move to the next question, which is related to clock problem. So sir, you have seen that this problem is related to clock. How to tackle these questions?
See, first of all, clock and calendar, these belong to logical reasoning. And I would say that from numerous topics, the topic which is associated with clock or calendar is little bit tough, which student think if we are going to compare the other topic which are there in the logical reasoning. However, in clock type of question, I would recommend every student that don't try to memorize the formula which are given in the book, because that formula is too lengthy. In order to solve 80 to 90% of the clock question, we have to understand only one concept, that is the time taken to travel minute space. Now let's assume that this is a clock, and if at 12 both the hour hand and minute hand will superimpose. Now what is the concept of minute space? I would ask that how much time this minute hand will travel with respect to hour hand in 1 hour. So see, in 1 hour what happened? The clock which we are seeing, this will be represented by this condition. Again, minute hand will be here because it has taken one complete turn in 60 minutes, and in that 60 minutes hour hand will also move to a little bit. So what was the actual distance which has been traveled by this minute hand with respect to hour hand is only this much distance. So in 60 minute time, minute hand is traveling how much distance with respect to hour hand? We can say that 55 minute space. Now what is 55 minute space? See, if we will look this particular clock, then how many minute spaces are there with respect to minute hand? See here, 15 minute, 30 minute, 45 minute and 60 minute. So 60 minute comprises the entire clock, and here since in 1 hour the hour clock also moved from 12 to 1, this is 5 minute space. So here I have deduced the equation that in 60 minutes the distance traveled by minute hand with respect to hour hand is 55 minutes. Now what question is asking that at what time between 3 o'clock and 4 o'clock will the two hand of a clock be at right angle? Okay, it means that it is asking post 3 or between 3 and 4 when the angle between these two, minute hand and hour hand, is 90 degrees. So tell me here that in case of 90 degree, how many minute spaces are there? 15. This represents 15 minute space. Now we have seen here that in 60 minute hand is traveling 55 minute space. So in how many minute it will travel for 1 minute space, or in 55 minute space minute hand is taken 60 minutes. So for 1 minute space, how much time minute hand will take? 60 upon 55. So in order to travel 15 minute space, how much time minute hand will take? It will be 60 upon 55 into 15. That is 5, 3, 5, 11, or is equal to 180 upon 11 minutes, or we can solve it like 16 whole 4 by 11 minutes. So this will be the time, and this time will be past 3 clock. So 16 over 4 by 11 minutes past 3 o'clock, the condition which has been asked in the question will satisfy.
Well, that seems to be much interesting now, sir. Moving on to the last question, which is related to profit and loss. Sir, if these type of questions come, then how we can tackle this?
See, either we can solve these questions with our traditional method, which we generally use to practice during our school days. But I will tell you, since we have to qualify examination where time is constant, it means that that particular logic is not going to work here, as we have limited time. So we have to think beyond that. Let's read the question. Aman has 60,000 rupees. He buys 2 motorbikes. He sells one at 18% profit and other at 12% loss. But overall, he has no profit or loss. Find the cost price of each motorbike. So say in this question, we have to understand one concept, that whether it is profit percent or loss percent, both are always calculated on cost price. It has nothing to do with the selling price with respect to calculation of profit percent or loss percent. So similar thing we are going to apply here. Let's say 2 bikes B1 and B2. So the cost of B1 will be X, then the cost of B2 will be 60,000 minus X. And now in question it is saying that he sells one at a 18% profit and other at 12% loss, and he is making no profit, no loss. It means that 18% of X is basically equal to 12% of 60,000 minus X. This is the equation. Now let's see. 18, when percentage sign is removed, 100 comes in denominator, into X is equal to 12 upon 100 into 60,000 minus X. 100 and 100 will cancel out. And 2 is 12, 2 9 is 18, 3 to the 6, 3 is 9. So here we have 3x is equal to 1 lakh 20,000 minus 2x. Bring this 2x this side, so it will be 5x. And that 20,000, so the value of x will be 12 by 5. 5 to the 10, 4. It means that the value of x equal to means 24,000. So automatically, the bike B1 cost price is 24,000 and B2 cost price is 60,000 minus x, so that is rupees 36,000. So here are the cost price of each bike. So in this way we can solve the question.
So well, that's the wrap up of the today's session. What a fascinating journey from numbers and to trains, clock and profit. Each problem showed us that aptitude is not just about formulas. It's about thinking smartly step by step. A big thank you to Shubranshoo sir.
Thank you, Dad,
for joining us and for simplifying complex questions with such clarity and logic. To all the IBSAT aspirants, we wish you very best of luck. Keep practicing, stay confident, and remember, consistency is the real key of mastering aptitude. Stay tuned for more such podcasts with us that brings one step closer to the success. Thank you.